Snowballs in May. We're here in Rockledge Park in Spring Hill, and we're having a lot of fun with some snow that's left over from the February snowbanks. What we're here to talk about today is a city that can't get the streets plowed. That's more absurd than snowballs in May. And a state government that can't get a budget passed on time. That's also more absurd than snowballs in May. So stay tuned for some fun. My name's Tim Toonstra. You've heard from me before. We're a few days away from Election Day for District 20 State Representative in the Democratic primary. I'm at the top of the ballot. One of my opponents is Adam Ravenstahl, and as you know, he's running on the platform of his brother Luke Ravenstahl, the mayor of Pittsburgh. Since Adam hasn't mentioned yet any experience he has himself as a community leader, we can only take him at his word that he'll work in Harrisburg the way that the local administration does here. And frankly, I agree with Adam when he says Harrisburg's broken, but he only has half the equation. The problem is Pittsburgh government's broken too, and these snowballs illustrate that. As you remember, just a few months ago, we had a great problem with snow that wasn't plowed for weeks on end. Senior citizens couldn't get to the doctor. We had at least one unfortunate incident where the ambulance couldn't get through after repeated 911 calls, and have just the basic inconvenience of life. These children here today are all Pittsburgh public school students, and they couldn't get to school for several days. They missed an entire week. Not because the schools weren't ready or the teachers weren't ready to teach, but because the city just couldn't get the basic plowing done, even though other big cities managed to do it in the midst of the worst storm in 100 years. So when I talk about government being broken, unlike Adam, I don't just mean Harrisburg. Where government's broken at Grant Street, it's broken in Harrisburg, and it's even broken in Washington. Now I'm running for state representative. I have a good background as a community leader, helping to make things work. We started block watches and helped reduce crime in Observatory Hill. My wife Roxanne and I live with our 3 children. We also helped to keep businesses and jobs in the Perrysville Business District, partly by reducing crime. So that's the kind of record I can bring to making Harrisburg work. But there's reform that needs to be done. I've committed to saying no to the perks, to the per diems, to the state car, and to the lifetime health benefits you get after leaving the legislature. I'm going to try to take those away from all the legislators because I think they should be able to get by on the $78,000 a year salary they earn. But even if we don't succeed in reforming it for everybody, as your representative, I won't take them as a down payment on reform. Finally, again, I think Adam is a fine individual, but he's running on his brother's record, and I think the worst thing you can do to fix Harrisburg is to take someone who's working on a failed administration in Harrisburg and taking it to Pittsburgh and taking it to Harrisburg. So thank you again for your attention. Remember to vote next Tuesday, May 18th. Tim Toonstra at the top of the Democratic ballot. Real reform to fix Harrisburg. So thank you very much, and let's get back to the fun with the snowballs.